forms of consumer behavior patterns that I see in these markets. How do consumers behave in emerging markets and how is it evolving? I'm going to talk about it. Looks at urban and rural market behavior. These are two aspects which are important. Looks at customer complexity patterns as to how complex customers are. You think you're simple? Are you simple? No, not at all. One look at you, I know you're very, very complex. I'm not talking about you, don't get worried. I'm talking about each one of us and I'm talking about myself. I look like an angel, right? No? Okay. But I'm not an angel. We are very, 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 very complex people. Does not refer to the category interests of this team alone, which is you guys. As there's plenty to pick from every other adjunct marketed category. Let's start. One of the first things I want to start is the consumer. Who is the consumer? The consumer is not a moron. Somebody said the consumer is your wife. Now you guys aren't married. I know all of you want to get married, right? How many of you want to get married? Put up your hands. Is there a problem in this institute? No? Okay, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. What else? Tube lights, tube lights. Okay, okay. Let's start with the consumer first. Okay, with the consumer. Now this consumer and to his behavior pattern. If you look at it, let's remember every B2B effort, business to business effort, is consumed by an end consumer who gives it a B2C avatar. There's nothing called B2B. All B2B products touch consumers at the end of it. Okay? So you could be an Intel chip, which is within a computer, and you imagine that it's doing very high-end work for a B2B, but at the end of the day, B2C is touch, continues. The consumer, essentially DeFi's definition. Nobody can understand anybody. I go to brand managers most of the time in companies, and you know what a brand manager typically tells me? We know our consumers. We know our consumers. Consumers in inverted commas. Consumers. My dear friend, most of the time I ask these brand managers, do you even know your own wife? For a start. And I have research evidence that a married man in this country who's been married for more than 10 years knows his wife only 63%. 63%. Haha, don't worry. A married woman in this country, after 10 years of being married, knows the husband only 34%. Okay? So don't get excited. Don't get excited. Essentially, the consumer defies definition. The consumer is essentially amoebic. They're very, very amoebic. They don't behave in a straight line. Tap, 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 tap. No, because essentially the fact is we are irrational people. Actually, a lot of you people, if I meet you at an interview and I ask you, young man, are you a rational person? What will you say? Yes, of course. If you say, no, I am irrational, he won't give you the job. Okay? But the reality is, my research with an eminent professor who passed away many years ago, about 6 years ago, Professor M.N. Srinivas, an eminent sociologist, both of us did an extensive study in India across 10,600 people sample size. And you know what we find? People are irrational, essentially. We are 78% irrational and 22% rational. Which means that every step you take, every breath you take is guided by irrationality, literally. Only 22% of your actions are rational and the rest are irrational. And therefore the consumer is irrational. How do we tackle that? How does a woman buy a sari in this country? She walks into a shop, into a sari shop, she sits there, that fellow brings handa, etc. And she makes that poor fellow open 42 saris one after another. And at the end of it, bhaiya wo lenge. The one which is on the mannequin, the 43rd one. And that is not rationality at all, that's irrationality. Because if you were rational, you would buy the strongest sari, the longest lasting sari, the cheapest sari. But we're not. We're not rational. We're irrational. Consumer is amoebic, very amoebic. The consumer is your kid. You don't have kids as yet. But I know you guys want to have kids. Yes or no? Yes. Suddenly you woke up. Okay. The consumer is your kid. The great Indian dream is to get married and have a kid. And it's good because by 2030 we are going to beat China in population terms. And if you young guys work harder, we'll beat them faster. Understanding for a while. Why am I calling the consumer a kid? I'm calling the consumer a kid because if a kid is somebody you understand for some time only. It's like this, imagine a 5-year-old kid. You understand your kid at 5-year-old, your kid is totally dependent on you. And therefore you understand your kid totally. And the kid does everything that you tell him to do. You are the marketeer, the kid is the consumer. Everything you tell the kid does. At the bad time, the kid becomes 13, 14. Some of us who have teenagers as kids understand this better. 13, 14. The kid does not want to listen to you. The consumer is like that. Consumer is growing up. But you are not growing up with the consumer. You are still static. By the time the kid is 21, 22, it's an animal. You don't even understand this animal. And the consumer is like that. By the time the kid is 35, it's very, very distant. So the consumer is forever growing. You, the marketer, are normally not growing. And that's a disease we must wake up from. If you look at it, the problem, most companies are rigid. Most companies are rigid. Most companies are parameciums. They're single cell structures who are rigid. They're not amoebic. And that is a problem, and that is a disease in emerging marketing economies. The consumer is flexible, and the truth is that the consumer is very flexible. Companies need to keep touch and pace with consumer flexibility. It's a simple thought. You have to be an amoeba as a manager when you become a manager. You cannot be rigid. You cannot say, I do things like this only. I think like this only. You know what I mean? How many of you in this room, answer me a question, are okay with two members of the same sex living together in happiness? How many of you are okay? Put up your hands. Okay, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. No, it doesn't say anything about your own selves. Don't worry. Then if you're scared, it's going to tell me something about me. Don't worry. Listen, guys. This entire audience needs to be very happy about allowing same-sex marriages in the future. And you can never say, gee, what is that? How? Why? Value judgments must not be by you as a manager on anything that emerges in society. Yes, you may not want to indulge in it. You may not want to be a part of it. But anybody else doing it, you cannot look down on that person, because that's called the amoebic form of understanding society. In society, you need to accept everything and anything that comes at you. As young people, you have to be much more open than we older people. Okay. Right. Morph from the paramecium to the amoeba. The paramecium form of management is dead and gone. We were all taught in our management schools to be reasonably rigid in the way we operated. Any one of us who has an operations management background will tell you that there are ways of doing things. And at the end of the day, operations management governed everything. Operations management dictated the way marketing was done in this country. Operations management dictated the way strategy was done in this country. Operations management dictated the way technology was deployed in this country. So if you ask me, from paramecium to amoeba is possibly a way to go. Rigid formats of response is old management. And the flexible formats of response is what we call new management. Guess what? We are old management. Guess what? Who you are? New management. Guess what? You must not learn from the ways we handle things. Guess what? You must create your own ways of doing things. Are you capable of doing that? Ask that big question. Which means to say that if you think differently, don't worry. If you fight a lot with people like us from the previous generation, don't worry. Go for it. If you feel like being irreverent to a senior generation like us, go ahead. Be yourself and do it. Because at the end of the day, I think you are more right than I on this. And therefore, the important thing is move from old management to new management. Show irreverence to old management styles. And I am personally very excited when I see a young person showing great irreverence to the old management style. Clonal consumers. Are consumers clonal? Are consumers like everyone else? Consumers are first of all not aggregates. I told you, there's nothing called a consumer. There is Mrs. Sharma living in Borivali in Mumbai, who is 42 years old and her consumption habits are like this. That's one consumer. And there are millions of consumers like her, but each one is an individual. There's nothing called an aggregate consumers. You get what I mean? So if you look at it, it's about individuality. Consumers are less clonal in emerging markets. Very less clonal in emerging markets. From Boston, we did a study in Boston trying to understand how many types of people are there in Boston. What is types of people? How many types means what is the common education system you've gone through? What's the common religious pattern you've gone through? What is the common growing up pattern you've gone through? What's the common food you've been eating? what's the common clothes you wear, what's the common entertainment you're exposed to, etc., which makes you a type of person. We went to Boston and we found there are 7 types of people in Boston.